And with us, we have a special guest joining us.
Yay.
Straight out of the Sunshine City.
Sunshine.
Say that 3 times fast.
Sunshine City.
City.
Sunshine City. Sunshine City.
Nearly said shit. Because of the topic of our time.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
city. You know what I mean? Radio as well. Mr. Steve Billings here with us. There we go. Bless up, bless up.
What's going
CEO
on?
of
CEO, yes.
of Suncity
Sorry,
Radio.
title.
Yes.
There we go.
Get it right.
There we go. Get it right. Bless up, Sir Billings.
Yes, man.
Right. So, Mr. Billings, we had Ghetto Bomb like, is it like 3 weeks now? 3 weeks
About
ago,
3
yeah.
weeks, though.
And Ghetto Bomb, he came and he said, verbatim said, radio dead.
Radio is dead.
Radio is dead. And Mr. Billings called me like a couple of days after the interview was uploaded.
Outraged?
Not outraged.
Okay.
More like we there's a discussion to be had, and we were talking for some time, and he raised points, and I'm like, you know what, this really could be a conversation that we can have on the podcast, because you as the CEO of Suncity Radio, that's like, what's the band
104.9.
104.9, and in radio, and you have like a real stake in radio.
That is
you
correct.
Understand
Traditional
the role
media,
and
yeah.
right, traditional media. You understand the role of radio. So when Ghetto Bomb,
Especially being one of the newest radio
Yes.
stations to stake a claim within the space. Yeah.
yeah. So like, first of all, just recap. When you heard Ghetto Bomb's statement, what was your response to that, or your feelings towards
First of all, I was kind of astonished at his delivery. He was so passionate. Oh, radio is dead, and I'm done with the radio, and he's into clubbing and mecca and so on, and nothing is further from the truth. Radio is not going anywhere. It's a means of communication. What may be dying is the manufacturing of transistor radios.
that? Okay.
Right? The what we would know as a long time radio set. But outside of what's happening now is there's a digital transformation. So as it is right now, we are broadcasting on the 104.9 FM band, but it is equally as important for us to be broadcasting online, right? So I'm the CEO of Suncity. I don't own a radio at home. However, I can listen to Suncity on my cell phone, right? On my Apple device, I can just say, hey Siri, play Suncity. If I'm at home, I say, hey Alexa, play Suncity. So what you find happening is that we are now in a lot of different spaces. So it is almost synonymous to when we're not using the cameras anymore, but every phone have a camera, right? We're not using the calculators that much, but every phone have a calculator. Did you know that the calculator on your phone is a scientific calculator?
Yeah.
I think you can go. Yeah, you can.
Everything
My one
can
is a
be done as
basic one. Mine was a basic one.
So
You can download
it is not about
Maybe it's just
radio
the user.
dying.
Shut up.
Well, the smartphone is just as smart as you.
Facts.
No, that's a point. So it is now about the digital space. So as it is right now, on any given day when I check my Google Analytics, Suncity's content is being received in over 150 countries, right, by thousands of persons. We have a huge following in Switzerland, in Africa, right, in the Ivory Coast, all over. And I mean, this is just huge. And it is not until we started to take keen interest and attention into the internet space we realize exactly what is going on.
Right. So you mentioned it's just like the transmitter in which we are used to,
Right.
which is radio, the turn the dial radio, that is dead. But the concept of radio, essentially, you're saying isn't dead.
No.
And so just explain to me what's the difference really to, because I mean, if you're digital, I mean, you're competing not just with radio stations, then other radio stations, you're competing with YouTube, you're competing with Spotify,
We're
Apple
competing with
Music,
the Fix.
You're competing with several different
Right.
things. So is it that now you're transforming, but is not dead. That's the
That is correct. So as it is right now, so let us say that we turn off our transmitters and you can't hear us on the FM frequency. You will hear us on Mixlr, you'll hear us on TuneIn, you'll hear us on Radio Garden, right? As it relates to television, we're on Ready TV, we're on Digicel, Digiplay, we're on Flow. We have our own independent mobile app. So we are literally all over the place once you have internet connectivity. And we also have to be forward thinking, because in the next couple of years from now, we're going to have these self-driving motor vehicles, right? A lot of vehicles now,
we do have.
We're going to have a widespread rollout, right? And a lot of the new cars, if not all of them, they are now being manufactured with internet capabilities. So really and truly, we know how the Jamaican terrain is. It's very hilly. So if you're at a bad spot where you can't pick up the FM frequency, you can just go on the internet in your car, right? We have a huge following of truckers in the States, and all they listen to is Suncity when they're driving across country.
Truckers.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and
I'm assuming those truckers have some sort of Jamaican connection. Most of them at least,
Well, can I tell you something? Most of them have, but once you're introduced to the brand, you tend to stay. And one other thing I've learned too, and I'm sure you guys would probably even learn this, is that it's cool to be Jamaican.
Yeah.
Everybody wants some form of connection with being a Jamaican. Nobody hates
this
us.
year and we saw that.
You know, it's but real and true.
Like, we want to live there, but like being Jamaican, like this is we're the cool kids. Yes. Respect. So
you know, nobody really hates on us. You know, and that is why our culture gets so much love.
Saying
talking
kids
about
does
the
not.
food
Correct.
and music and, you know.
Different still. I hear what you're saying though, Sir Billings.
So radio is not dead at all.
Okay. I agree with you. Yeah, disagree with you.
Okay. What part do you disagree with?
And this part is in defense of Ghetto Bomb.
Okay.
And what he said. I feel to really contextualize what he said, we have to how him say it and why him say it. Ghetto Bomb is a street promoter that promotes music. And he was speaking in the context of breaking songs, breaking artists. Radio in that regard, to him, is dead. And I don't think when they really preach that way, I can really disagree with it, because I don't really see radio breaking artists anymore. So in regards to the influence
I disagree.
and the reach that radio had in regards to breaking and busting songs,
Yeah.
the role at least,
it had diminished in regards to radio's impact. That along with, you know, competing things that you mentioned a while, you know, the popularity of digital platforms and them things. You cannot go around and say, yo, there seems to be a decrease in popularity of radio. I agree with you in that, you know, dead, because one thing with radio audience, I'm very loyal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And from you have that inbuilt loyalty, them are go dead through thick and thin. So I don't think it's dead in that. But in regards to breaking artists and songs, that's where I feel it was really coming from, and that's where I think.
So let's talk about that too, where, you know, in the context of music and dancehall music, where it once had a role in, you know, making a large number of people be familiar with a song, an artist, a production rhythm / whatever, you know, but it's not like that anymore, where most people, as we've seen, is TikTok breaking social media, Instagram, you know. Even the streets to an extent too,
but what happened now
have an influence there versus radio. Radio is like the last to catch on, it feels like.
And that is as a result of the new entertainers that are coming up. And why I disagree with what you guys are saying is that the entertainers are lazy now. So guess what happened now?
We don't disagree.
Let me tell you why I'm saying what I'm saying.
I don't disagree, but we can also point the finger at radio too, but
let me tell you why I disagree. As a radio station, we're governed by the Broadcasting Commission. We have a license to protect. So if I say to you, I say, here what happened now? you know, say you can't cuss no bad word. And you make up your mind, say you're going to cuss bad word, then we can't play the song. I know what you're going to do. You just put it to the internet. Outside of that, there is no quality control with the internet.
True.
So when you record your song in somebody's closet, and then you come with a track for me to play on my radio station, you don't mix it, you don't master it. Why should I play? To let my listeners now turn the dial? Why? Just to please you? I'm not going to do it.
You're right.
So guess what happened now? The average new artist right now don't even know what it is to master a song. The average new artist.
Is it that they don't know or they can't afford to mix? Because they must know about mix and mastering.
They don't know. As a matter of fact, the average artist don't even know when a song is released. I speak to them every day, every week. Somebody will come to the radio station.
When you say that?
Yeah.
I'm going to explain.
Okay.
You come with a song now. Yo, Mr. Billings, have a new track right? It released. Yeah, man, it up on YouTube. That's not a song being released. Right? They fail to realize that music is a business. And if you don't go through the right channel, there's no way you're going to be able to earn from it. So what everybody's doing now, them record something, them put it on their phone, they share it on WhatsApp, put it on YouTube, and as far as them concerned, them okay. And then something may go viral, something may not go viral. You know what I have to be doing now? I have to be searching the internet. When you go on any of Suncity's platform, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is, there's an email address that says, yo, submit your music to us. Nobody's doing it. You see, right now, I am in the process.
Kind of lend to my point, Mr. Billings.
That's what?
Say, yo, in regards to breaking music, the artists, them don't really see radio like that.
But the artists, them not breaking. Think about, we're in 2023 now. COVID started in 2020. Which artists break 2020 that's relevant right now? Just one. Just count on one dege finger.
Skilly Bang. Well, no, he was prior.
Before, a little bit before.
What is happening now is that because of the internet, everybody is now producing disposable music. You release something on YouTube now, it trends for 4 weeks and then it dead like that.
Skeng.
Him said 2020.
No, but in a pandemic either way, because Brooke was...
That's true,
it's still pandemic.
So,
Skeng.
What you find happening is that
Craft.
the quality of the music is going down. And let me tell you why. Afrobeats is ahead. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in Africa. But you see, when an artist from Africa send me a track, whether it is Ghana, Gambia, Kenya, wherever it is, I am getting social media handles. I am getting the instrumental for the track. I'm getting the acapella for the track. I'm getting the track mixed and mastered. I'm getting the management. I'm getting
a full
from more than one artist.
You see, from more than one. Whenever it's coming from Africa, that is the standard. You see, when it relates to the local Jamaican artist, I will just get an email with an attachment. I don't know what the song name. I don't know what's the name of the artist. I don't know nothing about nothing. Then by the time I play the track now, I'm like, yo, what is this?
Cause I've heard the argument. Just in that, I've heard the argument say, yo, even radio broadcasters have lost the art of breaking songs. Like, you don't hear them introduce the artist, name the artist, song, and all these things. But you're no saying, say, yo, them send it in them without them information.
Yeah.
And when
I've heard that argument before, the flip side of that argument, say, yo, radio man them nah really break the song them no more. And in that regard, sometimes the song them would get bigger than the artist. Because people say, oh, I like that song. Who sing it? No one like the radio man never tell me.
All right, so and a lot of the new entertainers, they're not tech savvy either. So I'll hear a song playing. I have all the apps on my phone, and I'm going to Shazam the song. The song is not even on Shazam.
Yeah.
Seeing, you ask the artist, you know Shazam now, but him up on Instagram. Seeing, the average artist right now, whether it is new or established, don't even have a website.
Yeah.
Everybody's conducting business through Instagram, and it can't work. Seeing, everybody I have to go to you, to go to Nara, to get your number. And sometimes I don't even get your number. Yeah. Now remember, I'm CEO of a radio station. I can only be calling you for one thing and one thing only, to play your music. I'm not calling for power with you. See? I'm not calling for nothing else. You know who is still getting it right? the artists them in the 90s.
Yeah, of course.
They're
Well,
still
yeah.
touring.
It's different.
Bounty and
guess,
Sham just released an
experience.
album there, an EP. Seeing Bounty, Buju Banton just did the release. Beenie Man just did the release. All of them is now working the media circuit. Which new artists is do that right now? You know how many radio stations there in Jamaica? Over 30.
Wally.
A lot.
Yeah.
Question.
I'm a new artist and I'm going to release a song. I'm going to do a radio tour. I'm going to schedule with all of the different radio stations so I can get traditional media out there. And what a lot of the entertainers fail to realize that the corporate entities are listening to radio. That is where the money is.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But I just think that them not really see the value in radio in 2023.
But
So whether wrong or right, I just feel like to them, and probably it probably even more dialed in or more you can zero in with this problem with Jamaica. So radio is dying, that narrative probably can zero in on Jamaica and say, oh, that is a narrative with Jamaica, not necessarily with the rest of the world. I don't know. Javid have a question.
and
Yeah,
it's
with-
indicative of our industry here.
Yes,
Yeah.
true.
Seeing?
Industry.
Because the American artists are reaching out. The UK artists are artists from Hawaii, from the Switzerland, from all over the world, and I cannot understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Jamaica is supposed to be the Mecca. Is yesterday Mecca, is yesterday born. Everything is coming from here, but yet still, the quality is night and day when you're dealing with everybody else outside of the territory, which should not be the case. And I'm going to assume that maybe the 90s artists, because they are touring, because they're more exposed, because they see what's happening in the first world, and they come back home, they just apply, right? Now, as it is right now, every artist who used to reign supreme in the 90s, Bounty, Beanie, Sizzla, Capleton, Sham, Shaggy, Spragga Benz, Wayne Wonder, Frisco, all of the artists, them Anthony B, if you go to them and say, introduce yourself, whatever, where can I get a number for your email address, blah, 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 they're going to give you the information because they know the power of radio. When you go to some of the new artists, them as far as I'm concerned, my song a trend on YouTube. And after the 4 weeks trending, then what? Seeing?
Jamie,
yeah, I wanted
3
to
years
ask-
ago, you know, I say from 2020 to 2023 now.
Well, Mr. B,
Who
you
is
know
the
what?
superstar? Tell me. Who is the superstar?
Me. I'm
Yo.
trying to ask you a quick question before I forget. I have mommy brain. So what I want to understand is the process. Like when I send you a song, what's the next process after that? Is it something that takes long? I want to know why is it that some of the artists choose not to.
All right, so here what we do. Well, I can't speak to no other radio station. I can only speak to my station.
Right.
Seeing Suncity, that are the jungle where me governor and me are the King Kong over there. So we have a program every Tuesday called World Premiere Tuesday. That's the name of the show. And every week we premiere 10 songs. So that for the month it is 40 songs. And then that song now is played in every segment by every DJ.
Okay.
And we have to be promoting and promoting and promote. We're not getting the songs. So what is happening now, the platform was created to highlight and break new artists. You know who we're having every week? A new Bounty, a new Bojo, a new Sizzla, a new Capleton. The man them who already bust and already tour in the world.
Right.
The new Shaggy them, the new Sean Paul. I mean, you see, if I never for them name that we call a while ago, we're dead in the show.
How's your relationship with some of the newer artists then? As CEO of a major radio station in Jamaica, how's your relationship with them new youth?
They're not interested. And
Wait, interesting?
no,
Ted.
they're not interested.
Oh, in having a relation. Okay.
So,
yeah,
for
okay.
example, let us use Reggae Sumfest. Huge festival, Jamaica's biggest festival. And you guys are there. There is a media lounge set up. The new artists, when they finish perform, they don't come around the back. They don't come around to the media lounge to get interviewed. A lot of the artists don't even want to be interviewed. And them sing it in them song too.
Them say it publicly.
They say it publicly. So
Young say it what they are to when him have him launch and something. What they are to.
it doesn't make any sense. Music is a people business. Every business you have to have people interaction.
Facts.
Right?
Yeah, come round and agenda.
See,
But then
Yeah,
you
it's
can't. Yeah, but the thing is, are we gonna give it up to the robots? We don't want to give up autonomy to the robots. We don't want the robots to create and to enjoy the music. Like essentially, it's a people business, and even so, is people create the AI. It's people create the content for the AI to generate. So it still is a people
You
business.
see several other things that they point out, Sir Billings. These are some things that we've discussed and why even Afrobeats as a genre is thriving. Now, if people point towards say, yo, no, just cause them bigger than we. I always point towards say, no. That's a part of it, but the professionalism,
Yes.
doing things that is supposed to be standardized within this industry, they are getting right,
Yeah.
and we just not get. Some of us just don't get it.
Can I tell you something? A few years ago, before COVID, I got a package from the UK. An artist sent a package from the UK with paraphernalia, merchandise, shirts, posters, CD, thumb drive, everything. I'm saying nobody locally has ever done that.
Wow.
I have. If it's being done, I've never experienced it at Suncity.
We've experienced that.
Yeah, them have shirts. I got shirts.
Yeah.
We get shirts,
See?
CDs.
I know more often than not, some dancer artists, but more often than not,
Are foreign people.
not farm, the reggae people, them,
Yeah.
Yes.
that little youth,
Yes.
them want, we're well artsy and,
Yeah,
they can't see them have them,
The business
the
behind
business
it.
together and them have good songs out there, but people don't really care about them. Them usually do them things. Yeah.
So as it is right now, one of the next things I want to do is to find a recording artist and an artist that is talented, because I realize a lot of things is going wrong and nobody's identify what is going wrong, because guess what, the internet is saving grace for a lot of persons. And once I put something on the internet, that's about it. You made mention about TikTok a while ago. The truth is, person don't really need to have a song anymore. They just need to say some little foolishness. It run on TikTok.
I'm a boss.
The Jamaican diaspora embrace it. All right.
Eats it all up.
And guess what happened? A lot of the entertainers they come on your platform too when they have the buzz. But you give them 90 days and that's it.
No, my question though to you, Mr. Billings, because is radio and social media and the digital platforms, I mean, I guess is competing, I guess, in a sense, but I guess many artists would wonder and question, like, why would I need to exert all this energy to, I guess, do the interviews and whatever, when most, they say, especially newer artists, where they've seen people like, I guess, Alkaline and Massacres and, new enough, but not old artists. Right. They don't need to do interviews. They're not very social, if you want to call it that. But they have fans and they've grown a legion of fans and an audience without having to do the extras. What you talk about, where the media run or the radio tour and whatever. And they get it, but why is doing a media run so important? Still is important in this new day and age. Where TikTok, again, people just say a one phrase, "Kachiatalai," and
you have to analyze the stage of the artist, where the artist is at currently. I mean, the truth is, before Alkaline is where he's at now, he came to Suncity. He did an interview, right? And a whole host of others before they got the break. What is now happening is that after the prominence, the dominance is established, them figure say, all right, we can do this thing upon my own. So it's really after the fact. So a lot of the names you called a while ago, they did come to Suncity, right?
But I guess the thing is too, I was saying, that's what I was saying. They see after the fact that they don't need to do the media run, but they don't remember, or they're not really focused on saying that, well, if they stop do it, they don't need to do it. Like these artists don't need to do any media run, and then just create some sort of mystique and personality for them on social media. Like, they're just gonna follow that that playbook where they just create the mystique and the personality without having to do the tours.
Or overexposing themselves.
What that does though is eliminates the people aspect of it, and also the relationship, because the relationship building is very important. So here what happened now, you become an artist and like your music, you come to Suncity and you do your media run, and because I have that personal relationship with you and it is my radio station and me want hear your song because me and you are friend, me I got interest in your song I play. See? It boils down back to the relationship. And again, with speaking about all the artists from the 90s era, they understand the value of relationship, and not just with the radio, with the sound systems, with the party promoters. Everything it is an inclusive approach, and what is happening is not just that to say radio is on a decline, it's the overall reggae industry.
Well, there are
outside of radio. When last time you hear about a new sound? 2023 now.
Like
which new sound reign from 2020 till now?
What do you mean?
Sound system. No, sound system. Not genre. Not genre.
Sound, okay.
When you talk to upcoming aspiring sound system owner now, say, boy, this is what I want, and I want a dub plate. I tell them $1,000 dub, we can only play one time. Back in the day, Killer have a sound where I'm governing. So, all right, this is a sound I got all of the latest Killer them. When Vibes Cartel coming up, it was Cash Money sound. See? Which young artist right now is endorsing a sound? Which is going to be able to have that
young artists are touring. Sound man about them mother now. The real one.
Outside of that, let us look on.
Producer than sound.
Yeah, the people them in them immediate circle, them feel help bring them to them. They know. There's a disconnect all go on.
Yes. So there is radio, there's a sound system, there's also events, the festivals. For the longest time, it has just been Reggae Sumfest, Rebel Salute, right? When you link an artist, because at Suncity we promote an event, the Portmore Music Festival, and when you hear how much they are charging, you ask them which venue you're going to put them into to make back that money. It doesn't make any sense. You have to be practical.
Yeah.
So here it is right now. I would love to see the day when Jamaica and our 14 parishes, we can have a festival in each parish. Right? As Jamaica being the mecca for the thing. We should be having more sound systems touring the world. And those sound systems that are touring the world will be playing your music and your music and your music. But what you find happen, the new artists come, boy, I'm gonna need radio, right? Boy, I'm gonna need a sound system, I'm not doing a dub. Boy, at this me I charge, And then when them go to foreign, them flop. You give them a few weeks, a few months, them career trickle right back down, and then at that time them start to call now when nothing now go on. It don't make any sense. So it's the overall industry that I am concerned about. In another 25 years, the new entertainers that's coming up, what are they going to benefit from? Bounty Killer said it in an interview that when in protect
need a radio man. YouTube I'm radio.
Yeah, Killer did say that too. See, but you have to understand, say, you see as much as it's a Killer off and puff, Killer good man, Killer was the most artists, and even outside of artists. Killer even helped me personally. A couple years ago, I used to own a business called the Village Cafe. And when the village was going bad, Killer come with him event. Them start doing Bounty Thursday, Bounty Sunday. Then from Bounty Sunday, Tasha May started to do her Fashion Fridays. Then Happy Lost came with Alliance Thursday. And they were just there because Killer was in the space. See? So it's a whole host of things. I know kind of segueing a bit off radio.
Yeah. I don't want to go back, touch back there.
But by extension, the overall industry is going to be affected. And what is also hurting is the disunity as well.
Yeah.
I think they are expand on that. But
I have more to say about this,
But what me that go really touch into is that I feel like radio need to hold up a mirror to themselves as well.
Alright, make we hear then.
Whole heap of radio stations, them archaic, them backward, them not, they haven't found the ability to adapt from what I see.
Adapt to what?
adapt to changing times, or even adapting to digital. The very reason why we came into existence is because we saw that there was something lacking within a radio station. We just say, oh, why not do that? Them do it overseas. Why isn't there? Why this radio station is not putting out robustly content to the internet on a damn near daily basis? Why? Like all them little things them feel like say radio can, like you can hold up the mirror to radio and say, yo, some of the standards and practices kind of archaic, and that's what a hole in the back, and probably why some of the artists them not really fuck with them like that. Enough people like that. As I said, we don't have a place with the loyal fan base, but in my experience and from my viewpoint, no radio stations them backward and they haven't been able to adapt to changing times. Why isn't there? Why wouldn't us a radio station have put out clips from YouTube robustly? Them try it and then it's like them and then
clips to YouTube.
Clips to YouTube, like
can you say from YouTube?
Yeah.
Well, to YouTube, sorry. Like them do it from a phone, you just say them not really serious about it. Like there should be plans in which we, like radio stations, say yo, we're taking the radio to the net. I would just feel like say yo, more often than not, them just try a thing, them do a little thing and say, oh yeah, we are do it. When they not really I do it in a serious sense. What me see the overseas radio station them other.
All right. Most platforms.
not saying Suncity. I'm not saying no radio station. I'm see Suncity do them thing.
You know, first of all, Suncity is very big on technology. We're on every single social media platform, and I'm going to go as far to say, right now we are in the process of developing our own social media platform.
Wow, impressive.
Right? That's big.
Yeah.
And I can't say too much about it now, but once it is launched, you guys are going to have me back on an interview to speak about that. That's going to be big, not just for the Jamaican community, for the Caribbean community. It's going to be black owned. It's going to be a first for a whole host of things.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to be massive. But outside of that, as radio operators, we follow the money. So what you find happening is that it costs us to operate and we have to appease our advertisers. And our advertisers is paying for our free to air time. So what's happening now is we have a captive audience and a corporate advertiser wants access to that audience. That's all media is, you know. Suncity have a following, that the station they have a following, and another one, and we give access to the different advertisers. What you'll find happen now is that when it comes to the digital space now, the average corporate company also has a team. So they're doing their own social media, their own YouTube, their own everything. And they're vested in producing that as opposed to come on board for radio stations offering that. They want to advertise with the stations what they can't do for themselves, and that is radio broadcasting. You know, so it's not to say that, boy, you know, we're not trying to go into the digital space. Eventually we're going to have to get there. But I also have
a
to watch
YouTube channel, right?
We have everything. What I now will have to do is to structure my own social media team now that will now infiltrate YouTube, and we generate a revenue from YouTube. But what you find
this way you talk about, Steve, every radio station should be having these discussions if they're not already. And it mind-boggling to me if they're not. Because this should be something more hard or not about.
The internet is highly competitive though. There's over 32 radio stations. I am in my comfort zone to competing against those other 30 radio stations. When I know going to the net, I gotta compete against Uno, I compete against the Breakfast Club, I compete with them at Japan, all over the place. So it becomes highly more competitive. And then the advertisers here, they're trying to get their product sold, marketed, promoted here in Jamaica.
So they don't care about marketing to the broader world.
Exactly.
Okay.
Seeing?
Sure.
For a lot of the multinational companies who export their products overseas, when we reach out to them to say, hey, we see you doing this, sponsoring this event, we see you doing this in the tri-state, wherever, they're going to say to you, look, we've already engaged the radio station over there in that territory. You know? So there is some method to the madness. But I think we, Suncity, we're at a space now. We are comfortable enough. We have the team where we're ready to see, all right, now, a time to compete against the fix now. See?
Another one.
You know what I mean? But I must say, I admire what you guys are doing. It's an awesome platform. And I really like the fact that you are fresh. Once something hit the ground, I know it's going to dip on the fix. I watch you guys all the while.
Give thanks.
You know,
And also, enough people don't know this. I got my start doing this from
Suncity. Yeah.
Suncity. My first job in a radio. I got extra time with Naro. Sports show. Yeah. So big ups to Suncity all the time.
so all
what
we
we
never know
discussed,
now,
Steve,
it's in the history book.
Yeah, what we discussed too is what another thing that you said that I would never discuss really that made me understand really and truly where radio, they have to digitize and transform in a sense, but there are lots of people who don't have access to the internet in Jamaica. And they have access to radio. Where you go in certain places in the country and the only thing you see is your battery icon. Not no Wi-Fi, no signal. No signal. So but the only signal that they get is the radio. And I've been into communities like that where I see here they don't even have TV, pick up the TV, but a man in a shop I play radio. And I mean, you said that and I'm like, you're right. And to what the challenge that I think artists here in Jamaica, and I mean we've discussed this ad nauseum to the point where I'm just like, you know what, it is what it is. I am at a point where I don't even think it's neutrality anymore. It's just sheer indifference, because it's like we see what is happening and we say it all the time, but people either say we talk about bad mind earlier in the podcast or we have fight against, and it's just like, no, we want it to improve, where we see the benefit of interviews to an artist, we see the benefit of radio, I see the benefit of the new media, but artists probably just stuck into one thing and they just don't want to move, because what Mr. Billings was saying is that you're in a certain remote area in Jamaica, they will never probably know a skeng. Based off if they were supposed to be introduced to skeng on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, they would never be introduced. But once the skeng song is played on radio, that is how their introduction comes in.
The thing is, for them newer youth don't care.
They don't care.
Them have them look at TikTok following, them have them online following, and them feel like that is it. Me reach national syndrome.
And they're probably thinking that's the audience that they want to capture. Anyways.
No. Is the audience, they think that it's easier to capture, not want to, it's easier. It's easier. Well, but another thing too where we have discussion, most artists is like, to get the song played on radio, they talk about the they submit it to the email address, but I think Jabi was asking like how long was the turnaround, because the question is like, do they get a response say, hey, we get your email, we get your songs and blah 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 blah? Because another thing too is like payola, because it's, I guess, is in every industry. And it wouldn't even be payola. It's just like if they meet you, then see you, like me, I say, oh yo, DJ Naro, me have a song, and then Naro's like, all right, me hear the song. I'm like, oh, I like the song and blah blah blah. Then Naro is introduced, versus have to go through, I'm assuming, thousands of songs via the email, and I have to play and do all them something that they do.
All right, so we have an email address with over 25,000 emails.
See there, Jesus, that is unread.
Yeah, right. So I realized what the shortcoming was, and whenever you guys get a chance, I want you to download the Suncity mobile app. And outside of reading stories and listening to the radio, there's also a section in the app that facilitates upload of music.
Okay.
And we created it in such a way, if you're going to upload the music, you have to upload the instrumental, you have to upload the artwork, you have to upload the social media. So if you don't upload any one part of that, you can't complete it. So what is happening now is that instead of going through so many thousands of emails, I would
So it's like a
normally
lot, Mr.
go
Billings.
through, you know, I mean, it is a lot, but again, it boils down to relationships.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, I'm an artist, I email a song, I'm going to go to the radio station. And when I go to the radio station, I'm going to find who the gatekeepers are at the station. Or at least, you see at any business place, you see the security guard, you see the janitor, you see the receptionist, you see, once you can build a relationship with any of those three persons, you're in. Right? Now, I'm an artist. I'm going to go to Suncity. I'm going to find out who the receptionist is. And I'm going to say to the receptionist that, hey, you know, I submitted my song, and you know, have a relationship with the receptionist. So when DJ Nara comes in, the receptionist is going to stop and say, you know, so I already drop off something for you. Ari who? And that's how it is. But there's no existing relationship right now.
True.
Right? But to get back to the question though, is we go through the email address, we go through the song, I would say every month, we go through at least 40 songs. Most of the time, the songs don't make any sense. If the song is going to make it to the airwaves, you're going to get a reply to your email.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. You're going to send a song and it's bare expletive in the song. This is supposed to be playing on radio. Why would you send a song to the radio
That's
station?
not fit for air.
It doesn't make any sense.
And so if you like the explicit version, and you say, hey, we like your song, but can you give us an edited version? What is response then?
All right. I've done that before in the past, and what's going to happen is that they are going to do a little shaky edit, and
like beep beep, like instead of like redoing the song to fit the ear,
Yeah,
they're gonna be like
beep,
beep beep.
Yeah, I have that.
when Vibes Cartel they wrote a dream thing,
Yeah.
the man have a expletive,
Yeah.
explicit song,
Yeah,
and then him
field
have an entirely
version.
new song,
Yes.
different song for radio.
Yeah.
Who is doing that now?
Nobody.
Cartel master that. Cartel will do that for two
Three
different songs. Pan the said rhythm.
Yeah.
So it's 4 songs I will go on.
My ear must
So-
do it, but it's not a lot of them. Not a lot of artists doing
You
that
know,
now.
so
Next adapts to that.
Yeah.
what the artists them fail to realize, look, that there are strength in numbers, and all the stations are now broadcasting on the internet. So if you know that, all right, the 30 stations, you can't reach all 30. You try to reach at least a dozen. You reach 10. Establish a relationship and make it work. And outside of the playing of the song, for example, last week, Friday, we did a charity cook-off in the Harvard Transport Center.
Yeah, I saw it. I drove
Right?
past it. Yeah.
And when you reach out to a lot of the new entertainers, boy, we not do that, you know, we can't this and that.
Really?
A liar,
You know,
tell.
really,
You're lying.
You're doing an outside broadcast and you want some presents, they're not going to show up
Are you
outside of the
lying?
song play. Big man thing.
For charity?
See? Yeah.
For
So-
charity?
I
So
want
last
big
week
stuff.
we had
Just stop.
I
now.
believe it.
No, seriously, you literally reach out to them and say, hey, I'm doing a charity cook-off. Could you come and is it like to participate? Like come do an
Judge.
interview? Like what did you ask of them? And they said
You see,
no.
every year we do a primary school tour, a high school tour, a college tour that's coming up in November next month for Youth Month. We do the cook-off, we do a blood drive. Because I'm very big on civic responsibility.
Yeah.
It can't just be about money.
True.
That's
The
good.
country is always in need
And
of
this is something
blood.
that we preach as well. So yo, uno sing about this and that. You need for sure a next side on as well.
Right.
So,
That's what I
sure.
say.
So yo, uno do things within the community and the broader society.
To show the difference between the artist and like the persona
Them
that you
no point
create
towards
and the real
action
person.
movie and them thing there. The band on me see that the movie and the same and me see I walk on the red carpet. More often than not, the said youth me see that the music video, the said youth me see on the street. Gonna look the same. And the same character on a portray everywhere you go.
Yeah.
So that the people need to see them side down of really you're very right.
There must be a human element.
Yeah.
You live in the country. I mean, so much killing going on. No artists well, no, not to no art, but there should be more artists
yes.
Yeah.
being vocal about it, right? Because this is our society, but it's just not happening.
You see several other things that you point out as well. Oh, you know what I said?
No, me can't
No, but
believe.
let's say so. You've reached out so many times to different
charity.
artists,
Yeah.
different occasions.
Yeah,
and
you point that out
that's
for
the
real.
same
So,
response.
We may want, say, about 6 artists, and we have to call about 60.
Oh my God! And how many you get
Literally.
turn up?
So for the cook-off the other
Wow.
day, we had
They can
the
count.
Angel, right? We had
I saw some.
oh yeah, Pablo YG.
Yeah, see my
Big
good
up
youth.
Pablo YG, a good
Good
youth.
youth.
Yesterday something
Yeah.
there where you did say. Yeah, man, rating Pablo YG.
Yeah, that wicked. Don't forget that one.
You know?
The celebrity bubble the pot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then what we had to do
theoretical-
now, because we couldn't get enough support from the local entertainers, we now had to go to the athletes. So Yohan Blake was there, Brianna was there, you know. So where we're now at is, look, if we can't get these entertainers, I'm not gonna run them down. Worst case scenario, we just call some of the 90s man them. Sat the gun, being man them on the radio.
Yeah.
They're so easy to deal with. Is you know, I mean, all the big names.
Yeah.
They're most easiest to deal with.
I think enough of them newer youth, I'm kind of touched upon it earlier, they don't see the benefit of radio. You see, overseas, labels have budget dedicated for radio.
Yeah.
Like radio marketing. And the thing is, radio play determines Billboard placement.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really have an industry.
No,
Which
no.
chart what radio played, like, it determine a chart placement that people take seriously. I think like them thing that them not really see the benefits of. But as you point out, different mediums in which the radio can play can lead towards the bigger picture in regards to like Billboard placement and playing overseas.
And we're gonna get there now. There's an app. I can't recall the name of the app right now, but there's a specific app that tracks the plays of the songs on the radio, because every radio station now is now streaming online.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're an artist, I can't remember the name of the app, but if you're a song a play, you go see come up on the app that Suncity played the song, you know, this morning 10 a.m., 2 p.m. and whatever the case
that's
is.
cool.
So we are getting there. Eventually, we're a bit behind.
Because another thing, so sorry, Steve, sorry. Because you mentioned that where, you know, you stream the song, but Jams and JCap, where, you know, the artists, the songs are played on the some. Our artists, I don't even know if them even business board that side of if the song played on JCap and play on the radio where they get money
Alright,
from
so
JCap Jams on them.
As it relates to the mechanics of that part of it, we have to submit a playlist.
Yeah, I know
Right?
that.
To Jams and JCap. We have to pay them every year. Right? And that money that we pay to them, is now divided based on who is on the list. So if you're not registered with them, they can't pay out to you.
Okay.
So
and it's
money
not
can
even
be
that business too, where most artists don't even know them leave money on the table right there.
Of course, a lot of artists leave with money, and you see even merchandising is big everywhere in the world except Jamaica, you know.
Wait, I think that's more or the people don't have a lot of disposable income for merchandising like that, and that's why I always say, to me, even for album buying, it should have been married and tied into some sort of.
Which Jamaican I talk about? We said all the disposable.
No, a lot of us like it's 2.9. The last statistics it always bubble between 2.9 to 3 million people in Jamaica.
It's like the argument they get diminished, you know, because we find the disposable income for one buy.
But what we deem as necessity,
Which I guess is going to go
and I've
into
always
your
said
idea
that
about
Jamaicans
borrowing.
love music, but they don't value music. They love art, but they don't value art. They would rather stream and pirate the movie than forgo to Carib to pay.
Yeah,
it's just
so
certain movies they would go and say, well, all right, then I will go and watch
See
the
for
movie.
that as well. The same radio versus new age artist thing. Carib have some blame in that as well. They need to upgrade them movie thing. Upgrade them movie going experience.
You're not wrong. Because we went to the movie Trinidad
when we go
and they have an IMAX
versus
screen.
versus going movie a completely different experience. So this is where people need to modernize and people need to adapt. And then really
but that's what I was saying. Like, so you said merchant. You're right. Merchandising is big. It's another avenue, another stream of income.
Right.
And most Jamaicans, they would rather support the artists, be following them on Instagram or whatever, but they don't buy their music.
But
and
that's
we
not
see
support
that.
Though.
Say it to them, because
That's
that is
support.
what we say. You rather follow the artist on Instagram where it is, you know, spend money like that to follow them.
Support,
It doesn't make sense.
No, it is not the value of support. Where in Afrobeats, where Burna Boy don't have to worry about selling in the US market to get a gold record, because the African continent will support Nigerians alone.
Yeah.
Will support Burna Boy, not even the whole African content will support Burna Boy for him to sell it. So that's what I'm gonna say. If 500,000 of us, or it's not even so much, but in order to sell the 500 to get the gold record, we don't value the music like that to support it with the money in that terms, the dollars and cents. You know.
When I ask you which Jamaicans, when you're talking about local Jamaicans, we who live here, because of how we are cultured. But I have relatives who live overseas. The Jamaican diaspora that lives outside of Jamaica, they're on the Spotify
them have
and
disposable
the Apple
income.
Music and all them kind of thing there. And they are the same Jamaican. Them just not live here so. You know, so, and it boils down to not just the culture, but you have to be educated on the era in which you're operating. Recently, we just launched a playlist on Apple Music and Spotify. Suncity is on those platforms as well. Right? So the songs that you send into our library and we are playing it on the radio station, we are now going to playlist it. So the next thing we're moving on is to now
we have a
market and
playlist as well
promote.
for Ademak.
Yeah.
See, so you need to be all in the different spaces, and the average artist coming up now is lazy.
Yeah, that was the initial topic sentence.
Like even I just mentioned our playlist for Ademak, you'd like to think so artists out there would get caught up on Ademak and how friendly it is to the region, and enough of them have them song uploaded to Ademak where we can add it to our playlist. Like what say, so where song that for Ademak? Upload the song to Ademak so we can add it to a playlist. Enough of them,
which boils down that their average artist don't know when a song is released.
Right, you know what, you said that. Explain that to me, because on YouTube, it's released on YouTube, so what do you mean it not release?
All right.
Technically it is, go explain. Technically, but a song release, is a different story.
Yeah.
A song release.
Oh, you mean like it's an whole event?
And you know, even with distributing and all this. Not even either, but just like, you know, distributing and you know, promotion, as we say, like labels overseas, them have a budget. You know, so some of that budget dedicated towards a single release and all that comes with it. Yeah.
So,
thank you, Steve.
Yeah, so if you do a song,
Steve, tell us.
Mr. Radio Man, that's more than as well. Yeah.
If you do a song and that song, you only upload it on YouTube.
Yeah.
See?
Not release.
And if I go to Instagram,
no, I don't really think.
And I want to make a post,
and
I want to use your song as my background music for my
Can't find it.
In a
release.
See? So what you have to do after you mix and master, you need a distributor.
No, stop.
Yeah, Harry.
Stop.
You ask for Steve and the man attack.
Wait, no.
Wait.
So you
Watch
said the song is on, like if you're using background music. So isn't it? So it wouldn't go to the.
All right. So I could break it down.
Explain that to her.
You are the artist.
Yeah.
You create a video.
Yeah.
You spend how much? 10,000 and you make a video, you upload the video. The video is only uploaded on YouTube, right? I am your fan. I subscribe to your YouTube channel. I see your video. Oh, I like your song. Me take a picture, me go out with my family, and I'm making a post, and I want to use your song. When I go to Instagram, it not did there. Because why? It's not released.
So I know, like, people are post them pictures with songs now.
All right, so There's Happyless out here. There is Johnny Wanda.
Oh, you mean
there
it's
is
the
CD Baby
distribution?
there.
So we,
Right.
we said that, yes.
So
But you have to explain it.
Yeah, because
So-
we are saying, isn't it the fact that it is on YouTube? Then
No.
it's
Nah.
digitally like, so it's like you have to sign up with Happy Loss and the Johnny Wonder and all them
that is
people that
correct.
say.
And then what will happen now is they do the placements on the different platforms.
Sometimes so enough artists I leave money on the table.
Oh.
So everything adds up as a stream.
Wait, can you do it yourself?
Yeah. And you can opt to do it yourself as well too. But what you find happening is that, for example, and again using Happy Loss and I'll Hop and Happy Loss because they're local, they do their own marketing and promotion as well. You know, so it would spell sense for you be able to capitalize on that support that they're offering to their clients. You know, so
So when Happy Loss distributes a song, so Happy Loss to make sure it get to the Instagram and the TikTok and the Spotify and Audio Mac.
the other mark, yes.
So they make sure that it's everywhere. So that means the song is released. So it is the fact that it's properly registered. It's on different platforms.
Oh,
and
so that's also something you have to budget for.
And what happens is also you talk about the metadata format of the track now.
It's free?
Because there
Happy Loss
is
is
a
free?
unique code that is embedded to each individual track. And that's how it can be monitored wherever it is being played all over the world. You see it? The average artist
Okay.
don't know that. So once you have the coding and all of that on the track, it gives you all the information. It gives you who the producer is, who the artist is, all them kind of things.
So when the song is on YouTube and YouTube alone, the song is just on YouTube. It's not released.
So what has been happening is the song runway on YouTube, for the lack of a better term. Me I keep a show of Florida. Yo, you to at you see our new song, 2 million views. Yo, I could book Naro. Book Naro now.
There want 2 million US.
Want 2 million US. And what you find happening to is that the average entertainer is not doing the due diligence either. So they travel too soon and they don't have the stage performance. They can't command an audience. If it is that I'm managing an artist, him can't come on the fix first. Him have to do him radio circuit first. Do some interviews and make the mistakes and where there's no visuals. And when you're on a level
This
now,
is sage advice. No, for them, they want to run down this and then they don't understand.
On a jump now, people.
Yo, Javi, you stop. You stop that, Javi. You stop that right
so
now.
I don't know if you realize now.
Yeah.
It's a big deal when I go on with it now.
No, the thing is, what is so different with Jamaica versus America, and I think I was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, this is where we fail in entertainment because in America, Arnold Schwarzenegger is promoting a book. Arnold Schwarzenegger is on Stephen Colbert, The View, Seth Meyers,
Full
He's
on
all
media
over.
run.
and he's on
all
the
that media
radios, he's on the morning shows and whatever. Artists here in Jamaica, them feel like if them do one, they don't need to do another. They do you one, they interview you with you either one time or them do they don't them boss or them not think them need for doing an interview again, and it's like they don't put in the extra legwork to do the way to promote not only the music or whatever, but themselves, because you've grown in the last time probably where we first talk, where you probably had nothing to talk about, but now you've been in it a year now. There's much more you've
been doing more
experienced.
interviews.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where it's better. They don't see the value. Yeah, they don't see them. They don't see the value.
You know what is not happening now? I can remember many years ago when Sham did release Get a Story. I was at Filing's anniversary. Filing's premiered the song. 1 year later, the following year, Filing's premiere Get a Story again,
featuring
remix Alicia Keys. Sham take 1 year
Yeah.
to promote. Then the man goes and bam and do a remix. Tell me which entertainer, which new artist right now promotes a song for 1 year. Just count on one finger.
None of them. None.
And then we wonder why the genre is where it's at.
Them just use one song, kill the next song, kill the next song.
I hear
kill the next
you
song.
talking about Africa is so big and, you know, Afrobeat and da 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 da. The truth is, the world hasn't gotten any smaller or bigger, you know. When dancehall was running the place in the 90s, the world was the same size.
Same size.
Nothing don't change.
Hello, more people there.
It's just
And it's more thing competing for
So-
attention.
a select amount of people that just move smart and just move.
No, but the thing is, you can't say
in the
that
right
it's not
way.
the same because the world has changed. Where is the TV and radio? They were king and queens in a sort of sense in the 90s, maybe early 2000s. Now you have YouTube and you have social TikTok and all them something that are coming and literally change the game. So, you know, and sometimes I'm like, the comparisons between the decades is kind of unfair in a sort of way, especially now where there are more platforms competing for the attention of the audience.
Yeah.
You know, more things competing for the attention
I
of the
disagree.
audience.
One of the issues we're having, again, we're not producing any superstars. My youngest son is 12. He loves Michael Jackson. I never introduced Michael Jackson to my son. My mother never introduced Michael Jackson to me. And Michael Jackson is from my mother days. So we're talking about,
You know, I keep on forgetting Ben was like from like 70s.
that's 3 generations, you know.
Him have eating a food here.
Yeah, because
Five.
Ben, like the song when they sing
Yeah,
Ben, yeah.
How do you explain that? Why is it that when a song is released in 2020, it can last 3 years to 2023? Why is it that the biggest events now are the retro events, the 90s events? Think about it, the Y2K events.
No, we've had these conversations, yeah.
And them now make use of the tools that are available to them. Make full use of them. One being radio. And next point is that them over-reliant on certain tools. Yeah.
They are over-reliant on certain tools.
On certain tools.
Really and truly, the social media space is just an add-on. It is to enhance.
It's a tools.
Yeah.
It's a tool.
So it's going to come in like, say, I'm going to build a car, but I'm not going to put all of the engine in it. You know? And you drive it and your car go up on the highway and it can't go over the Ochi toll. You know? And then when the car start run back now, you start find everybody, find R, find R. And at that point, when you think fizzle down, it don't make any sense. And I don't want to leave the platform as if I am bashing the new upcoming artists.
Yeah, you know, so that I talk about. That's what you're talking about.
You know, because I can just see the YouTube comments when,
yeah.
when they put this out.
Hey, Steve, you're bad man.
Yeah, who are you? You know, I mean, yeah, all of that is gonna come. I'm expecting it.
It's going to be said in that tone.
You know, but
Gosh.
there's no right way to do the wrong thing. Just do it good and done.
Yeah.
But
I've
just
seen-
feeling like
The platform evolved from Nightly Fix, from being on radar. I still holding your own. The platform is as big as it's ever been right now, and it is only going to get bigger and better. You know how difficult it is. You know how difficult it is for you guys to do this every week in, week out. Every month I see somebody start
They
a different
don't know my
podcast.
struggles. They don't know.
You know,
They don't know.
to just be consistent alone is a task.
You know?
Yep.
It's not the easiest. It's not for the faint of heart.
No, it's not.
Right? So when I say everybody jump up and say, all right, 90 days for you, 30 days for you. You can't literally know.
Yeah.
You can't literally know.
Steve, hold on. Me do it too. I've seen them come and go over the years. I'm like, yeah. You know, yeah.
It's not as easy as
Yeah,
it looks.
look, feel it easy, but alright.
Yeah.
And then we see them have a little something. Okay, and then them just gone. Yeah.
They just wither away by the wayside.
Yeah.
You know?
You think it's an issue where is a radio, because we've had this conversation about radio being gatekeepers to the music, and you know, there are gatekeepers in the industry and whatever. But you think, and you know, people said there isn't, people said there is, but in America there are several channels that an artist have to go through in development before them even get front and center. Some of them at least, but majority of them really there are certain developmental challenges and they'd have to go to before them even get to
certain steps and
yeah.
stages, eh?
But in Jamaica, I feel like there is none. There is none. And I'm like, you have to wonder how we have regressed in a sort of sense. Because before, there were things that people had to go through. There was a production house that a main producer and the artists come and who want the auditions. That's also General Degree the other day. I said they had to audition with King Jammy.
Yeah,
and
so
if they
that
never
interview,
get the audition on time,
Right.
you know, if them have to leave, have to go back a Mandeville where I'm come from. But there were certain channels that the artists had to go through to fight. But it's just like, no, it's just a free for all. It
is a free for all, and the internet is both good and bad. And I just need to have a smartphone and I need to have data, and I'm going to turn on my camera and I just start to rant and rave.
Yeah.
Sometimes a lot of the entertainers, they are at the forefront of the internet not because of a song.
True.
You understand me? So here what happen now, me I pay my phone bill and me I buy my credit, and me I go do what me want to do with my phone. And then what you find happening is, as a people, we tend to gravitate to the foolishness. Right?
Yep.
The good quality music with substance, with a message, you're not going to share it.
Yeah.
And I don't understand it.
Hey, enough of them youth, the young youth, they are drown, you know? Enough of them youth, they will talk about like more akin to the reggae genre. Them are drown. It's sad to see because some of them are some really good musicians out there, but people don't really see.
I think they've turned their sights away from the Jamaica, and they found another market, another profitable market that values the music that they produce, and they focus on it. So like Stick Figures is a huge reggae band, but don't have to come to Jamaica any at all. Sure, they'd want to come here and be connected with the mecca of reggae music, but they don't have to because they sell their Grammy-winning group, and they tour festivals that they create and put on in America.
Different from who me talk about. They talk about the young artists. They want the good music, but they don't get the highlight. Part of which is the reason why we create something named Busty Youths.
Yeah.
Because enough of them out there what don't follow trends, what do things different.
Yeah,
and make good music. Make quality music. And them don't get the hype, them don't get the buzz. Some of them need to tweak certain things in regards to how them do business and how them, present themselves. But enough of them don't get that highlight like with a man who just followed that Chopper song and just like that people drawn to him and just like that.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's sad how I go on. What I do want to point out as well, I feel enough of the vitriol, but some of the bad feelings towards radio is what you mentioned earlier, the gatekeeping aspect. I think some of it is as a response. It come up as a response to the gatekeeping thing. Say, yo, the radio man, them not treat me right, so the internet internet will treat me right. So that's where them probably over rely upon the
I guess
them see it as a safe haven.
You're
as
right,
opposed
because
to,
I mentioned earlier with like the payola, or even not even payola, where like the artists would tell us how them beg a man for play them song, and he's never give them the time a day for play them song, but then put it out on and then put it out on YouTube, and it's like it's instant, people respond to it, versus where, as you said, the channel of submitting the songs, hoping that the disc jock play or the program director hear the song, give it to the DJ, put it in the library, it's like, they just feel it's so exhausting to go through.
A lot of the upcoming artists, they subject the ears to too much propaganda. A whole heap of dopey story. Radio.
I think that's the name of the podcast this week.
Radio in the 70s and 80s is different from radio now in 2023. Right? In addition to that, what's happening too is that everyone has a platform, so it is easier to sift through. So you come to me with a track, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to your social media page, and I'm going to see what you're doing for yourself, because you have to have promise to,
Yeah, true.
It doesn't make sense you're going to market and promote a product that's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Right? And with the the new artists and the egos is just too big. So if you say to one and more, this not sound good enough, fix that. They're not gonna do it.
God, this year,
See?
this Miss Steve.
This year, this Miss Steve. I want to tell you, yeah, that's what it is.
Me a big artist. So,
So-
you mean?
And sometimes I don't even say anything. And it is an old age problem. Some of the artists them from the 90s and 80s, so you say to them, all right, we're going to do an interview. Give us a bio. They don't know what is a bio. They don't have one.
Yeah.
You are not.
been in the
You are
music.
not incorrect, Steve. You are not incorrect.
And they're
One name
touring.
is my father. I've got a couple of minutes.
And then we type up one quick and
It don't make any sense.
It's 3 lines.
It's literally. See? So now,
Age, full name, school and music.
so and we're not making these things up.
No, we're not.
Everything.
And this is the present reality. So when Jamaica is producing this, and then the African artists them is producing something night and day, I'm more going to gravitate to this what the Africans are doing. So soon and very soon there's going to be an Afrobeat segment on the radio that is just focusing on that because the content.
Yeah, starting with parties now and events too.
And
Yeah.
So why is that? The man them out here drop the ball.
I know a club not a club but a place that have an event every Wednesday. No dance, Afrobeat alone.
Yeah.
That's Afrobeat there. You know, fuck with that all the time. Afrobeat.
And
Yeah.
the Afrobeat song them sound good.
Yeah,
Them have a buzz. Them have a
Oh,
vibe.
no,
You know, it's
You know.
not sound good. The vibration.
The
of
vibration.
it. You
Yeah,
don't
the
feel
vibration.
heavy after listening.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
of the songs is like, like when your mind they see. Sometimes I listen to some of the dancehall song them, and then when you kind of like you go in the head and and you have to say chop on it. Me I say, but me not chop. Like why?
I think we did talk about it when we did a Soca Plus.
Nah,
We did talk about that with the Soca Plus. I was like, yes, some of them kind of sound repetitive in regards to the sound Afrobeat that is like it dep on this straight line. And like dancehall dep on this.
Zig up down, which is the spectrum of human
I
emotion.
speak to your consistency and you know, for some people it will be for them and not for them, but you can't deny in regards to consistent quality.
Yeah.
It usually.
But when you talk
the
about
band
Steve,
sort of
that some art
grind.
like Afrobeats, like you reach out to the artist to do the dancehall artist to do clean version of their song. Where in Afrobeats, you don't got to ask them to do a clean
Alright.
version because
couple
it's
months
one
ago,
version.
I was on YouTube trying to find an Afrobeat gun song.
See, no,
I couldn't find it.
no.
And I was searching for it.
A
I
Baron
could
mess
not
it up
find
with Taliban.
Those are the.
See? You know, they're there.
I'm sure
Well,
they're
I
there.
searched for them and I can't find them.
Afro grime.
Afro-grime.
You
No,
know?
but is it Afrobeat? It more have like a rap thing to it. See, it's not Afrobeat.
And some of them are a couple 199.
shoot,
But
it's
the
all
overall
shoot.
vibe of a lot of the popular song them.
Yeah, and even when you watch
It's
some of the
feel-good
video
music.
them, the videos are
Opulent,
no gun,
creative, yeah.
Yeah, man.
no something just like black mystic beauty.
There's no red light in sight. Yeah, I'm bag a gun behind a one man now.
No, it's
They would do like the flashiness, like the
Yeah.
flashy lifestyle, but
Every music video have a red light tonight. Dancehall music video. Yeah, a red light. Everyone of them.
yeah,
You
but
go
with
find that red light.
Afrobeat is like as we say, is like one thing, but it's like one consistent positive vibration. Where in dancehall, yes, you get the varied spectrum of human emotions, which is fine. It's fine, but you know, sometimes you just need like just positive. Where you're
or
getting
just feel good music where you
Yeah.
can move to. Because even like with the Afrobeat song, them you find say
It
move.
feels good like
yeah.
you move, man. Yeah.
Yeah, them and
yeah,
say,
I
but
know.
it just make you want to move.
And what you're
And
going
it's
to
well
find Ham,
produced,
is that
Yeah.
you see, those songs are going to span across different generations. The new content we are producing locally, nobody's thinking if boy, mommy and daddy or grandmommy are going to think about it. No, they're not going to do it. And I don't think they are
right.
thinking.
Yeah,
so
when me
far
get
ahead.
control of the ox in my family, and you know when me decide to me I play what is that? You know, I have to go, calm down. I just put on an Afrobeat playlist and you know for words of Jesus. Oh my God, gunman and chop and fly and da 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 and them something else.
Don't forget oil.
You know,
And
like
it makes us look to as a genre as if we lack creativity and depth.
Wow.
If everything we're gonna sing about is chopping and gun and this
and we shouldn't say that because there are good songs in the mix. It's just unfortunately I don't know why it's not getting it, and we try our best to highlight the good songs and good quality songs, and we're trying not to give a lot of push to the chopping songs. We try to make a resolution here amongst us, but you know, it's like, man, like sometimes even when some of the positive songs we say, you know, they never put no effort in this, them just do it for a good song, for good song's sake,
right?
You know, versus the song where I have like the negative energy. It feel like them put a lot more in terms of production value in it, the mixing and the mastering, like the
Overall
energy. You can
it.
hear the difference in the two songs them that they have. It's just like
Another
night and day.
question. Again, can you identify any reggae track, reggae juggling from 2020 to 2023?
Reggae?
Yeah.
Kabaka, I put out already what they yeah, it's not the same like it was in the mid 2000s, man. That was
Reggae up juggling.
that was the golden age of reggae juggling to me.
Yeah, but how do we get it back there? Can we even get it back
I
there?
don't know. Producer them I said hard for the instrumentals with juggling and them things. So I don't know. I don't know.
It shouldn't be, because we're not reinventing the wheel. Everything was done before. You know, it has been done. So I really and truly don't get it. So think about a couple years from now.
All them vibe they're really missing to Steve.
Yeah.
Them reggae juggling vibe there. Yo. Remember like days from the bus.
Dan Carleon
You
and
see me, like you got that balance. Or even like when I play football or Pepsi, we just done with a match. We that on the bus, dancer, grimy, gun song, and then we that a vibe to. Hey, man, like yo, we got you do like you don't have that variety again like that.
It's not.
The variety right now is like a little dancing song.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, because back in the 90s, Caputan and Sizzler, they have a segment for themselves.
Joe.
See, everybody want on Bubba them time.
In our art.
You know, so
you know, Little Valley repost Caputan the other day.
Why?
Yeah, from the 90s.
Why?
Very nice. Like,
so again, the new acts coming up are lazy. You know, and if you'd allow me, the email address.
Yeah.
It is Suncity.
Put it out there.
WPT, W for World, P for Premier, T for Tuesday, 104@gmail.com. So that's Suncity WPT 104@gmail.com.
and I actually downloaded an app, and it's pretty simple. In the first
It
name,
is.
the last name, email address, your phone number, song title, artist name, genre, release date, album art, instrumental file, song file. You know,
Everything
yeah.
is there.
Tell them about the
And we've been
Instagram
promoting
page
it.
too, because I saw the email on it too.
And the Instagram page is Suncity104_9FM. And that's on the same on Twitter, the same on TikTok, the same everywhere. We're not really as present on TikTok, and that is deliberate. I don't think I should compete with a mix-up video that's going to get how much 100,000 views, and you know, people come on screaming and bad mind and cussing, and when they go live, them have 5,000 people on the live, and
TikTok is a different beast, man. We don't really depend on it like that, but we kind of use it as an avenue for put out like different type of content, like motivational in a sense. Yeah.
But not even that, them not up on TikTok either.
Sometimes it work.
You know?
Sometimes it work. Like people look like them gravitate to motivational things on TikTok as well. Sometimes. What? Tell me I'm not saying it, boss.
All right, Steve, how can we end this now where because I think about where even, you know, Kraft and the Tony Mataran thing, and I've always said like, sometimes a conversation needs to be had. And when I listen to artists, sometimes they feel as if they're being bashed and they're being scolded instead of like being guided in a way. So I'm like, and I guess maybe that's it too. Like them always make it seem as if we are fight them, or it's always something negative. But in true and in essence, is like there is something wrong, and if they're honest to admit it, there is something wrong. Yes, it may be working for them now, but really and truly, something is wrong. But how can we leave the conversation where people can feel like it's not a bashing, but trying to bridge?
All right. I don't know about any other radio station, but at Suncity we have a open door policy. Anybody can come to see me, or anybody in management. You don't have to schedule a meeting, and once we have the time, you come to us with a track to say, hey, this is my latest production. Can I get some insight? Can I get a perspective on what you think about it? We're gonna listen to it. Right? Many a times there's a line at Suncity of artists who want to get them stuff sorted out. Right? But when you listen to the track, big man, oh my God, play a song and bother the song. Some little no-brainer thing. To me, it doesn't make any sense. Right? Then for the other persons now, you have this long-ass intro 1 minute before I actually start the song. Look, you're a new entertainer. You don't have any equity. Just get right into the song. Let the punchline, the first chorus, everything, the first 30 to 45 seconds of the song, it need to have a hit. And you have to be able to accept and have an appreciation for constructive criticism. At the forefront of my brain is my listener going to switch the dial. Everything now is at a click of a button. And my audience means the most to me. So really and truly, I remember a couple of years ago, I was in a conversation with some other DJs from another radio station, and she said to me, look, I can play Beer Dead Man in my show, I don't have to play anybody living. And I took offense to it. I said, but no. But years later now, when you see the rubbish that you're getting, sometimes I better you just play some Killer and some Beanie Man.
Go back to you well.
Yeah, some Sizzler and some Cape. They're going to give you good quality music, and they're there.
And you realize, can you give a matrix like, because you guys do sets, like in juggling or time slot for the different DJs. Can you tell immediately which segment get the best one? Like if you give a juggling, like for like a 90s juggling or your throwback days versus your new music day.
So at Suncity, our programming content is a bit different. We have theme day based programming. So for the 7 days, there are different themes. So for example, our retro day is Monday, and that was by design because Zip's retro day is Tuesday, PM is Wednesday. We wanted to tap into that retro audience, so we came on a different day, right? Online, our biggest day is Reggae Wednesday. 100% of reggae. One drop only. When you look on the Google Analytics, you see an uptick because the foreigners want to hear the reggae music. When they listen to the reggae stations, they want to hear reggae. Right? Locally, our biggest day is Lovers Thursday.
Very nice.
You play Celine Dion?
R&B, souls, Lovers Rock. Lovers Thursday, hands down, is the biggest day on Suncity, and not just for the females, even for the males too.
Of course.
In certain garrison community, and I said to the man, yo, oh now, yeah man, I rub out them and me go listen to the Lovers Thursday, and I say, yo, right now we are set the mood for later, I never knew that Jamaicans have such a large appreciation for souls music.
No, Celine Dion. You don't listen to Celine Dion. I mean, I say, Celine Dion really are one of the greatest singers ever.
Yes, you say, our Shuttle Bus reach out to her personally. Him send her DM say, hello, Queen. I'd love to have you come and sing at my birthday. And people have to tell him, say, yo, bad man, she's sick.
Yeah, she's sick. Yeah.
Oh, God. But if we were speaking about locally, you can't lose off the 90s hits. You know, I think
So your retro
Throwback.
day.
the rewind, right?
Yeah.
The retro Monday the rewind Monday is a good day if we're talking about the local offering. You know, for the new music now, today Tuesdays, current Tuesdays, we'll play new artists, new producers. Turn Up Friday, Scorching Saturday. That is when we try to focus on the new reggae and new dancehall. You know,
Like new artists and not just new songs.
new
Like
artists as well.
Okay.
You know, because there must be some form of succession planning.
Yeah.
The genre must live on.
Yeah. True.
After we old and grey, right? What we've
getting
started
there,
recently. One of the things we're also doing too is we ensure that every jack that plays every day, it is mandatory. You have to play a gospel set. You know that nobody play hits on gospel music. Absolutely nobody.
That's true.
You know, and what it also
And
does,
sponsors love that. Oh, yeah,
what
God,
it also
sure.
does too, it gives the gospel artist the platform as well, because it rough on a gospel artist that's new.
Locally.
Rough, I know. To me,
Yeah.
them kind of dead off too.
You know what I mean?
Gospel reggae.
God.
No, it's true. It's true. When they had a boom up, yeah, we kind of say that way. Them did have a booming period.
Yes,
And they
they did.
kind of, I think like just the established one them now does really
Like DJ
have an
Nicholas.
impact on Papa Son.
Kevin
Yeah.
Jones.
And I think my listeners are more receptive to the gospel now, especially because of the current state of the economy. What's going on in the country? You know, the crime and the violence is just too much. And at some point in time, I think we need to draw closer to God.
So you don't
That's
just wait
my-
on a Sunday.
So it's not just on us, so every day. So on retro, the rewind Monday, you play the retro gospel music.
Oh, that's cool.
Seeing the grace thrillers and them thing there. To the current Tuesday, the new gospel.
And we talk about loyal audience, you know, the Christian people loyal to radio. Loyal.
Yes.
Seeing?
Yeah.
You know, so we play gospel 7 days a week in every set. So gospel is played in every 4-hour set on the radio. You know, so our what we're doing is very unorthodox, but we are not trying to blend in with the crowd. I'm always on the internet to see what the overseas stations they are doing. You know, the Power 105, the iHeart Radio. You know, so we position ourselves next to is also for satellite radio.
So where you're competing now on a global sense.
That is correct.
So, because I mean, I was wondering what kind of, because you mentioned somewhere, how can we channel it where the artists figure say, well, it makes sense because everybody wants to tap into the overseas market. So if you know you're playing on radio frequently here in Jamaica, it would translate you being played frequently in
when
America.
your song is being aired on Suncity, it is being aired in 150 countries worldwide.
Wow.
Not just the regular US, Canada, and the UK. Some countries that I don't even know how to pronounce. And I look on the Google and I say, these must be Jamaicans.
Seychelles.
Right? In for example, in all right, so I spoke about the truckers, right? In Canada, in Switzerland, there's a huge contingent of food trucks. So that's big over in that space. Right? So we started from one Jamaican food truck to him sending videos to the entire fleet of different nationality now, different cultural background that's listening to Suncity. That's a really big deal.
Yeah.
So I mean, Suncity is huge overseas than it is in Jamaica. The only trick now is how do I monetize that? That's what I've been struggling for the past couple of years. How do I turn that into dinero?
Can you tap into it where it makes sense business wise. Like if it's great that they're listening, but how can that translate now where you
Into
can
money.
probably have you set up something there like a radio station there in the markets there and do a back and forth thing?
Well, the short-term plan right now is not for that. As I said, we've been working on a social media platform that's going to be huge. We've been working on it since 2021. I actually made some announcements on my Instagram page. So every time I say, boy, we're going to launch it, we put off 6 months, then 6 months. But I think we're about 95% complete, and it is safe to say that for February 1, 2023.
2024.
2024, sorry about that. And why we're doing it for February 1, because, you know, February is reggae month.
Oh, okay.
So we wanted it to come in within that time. So February 1.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
Suncity, I have given her props. So now one of the leaders of the new school in regards to radio. And, you know, one of the radio stations that I see trying in regards to things that I see that ails, that you know,
Yeah.
some of the ails are radio stations. I'm still not trying. I'm giving her that.
So in all, in conclusion, radio isn't dead.
No.
Can't they?
And that's why it struck a nerve when Ghetto Bomb says that. But maybe get more there talk along the lines of music breaking. But
Yeah.
I feel like enough artists out there need to change their mind towards radio. Enough of the new youth them, for real.
True.
True. You are correct
And
there.
radio is frequency.
Wait, what?
No other platform can offer that. If you break a song, your song can be played every hour on the hour.
Oh, yeah.
Every 2, you know, it can't be done on
True.
TV, it can't be done on print.
So even if you're
But
at
Steve, I
work,
can't left my song on loop on YouTube. That's what I was saying.
But at the same time, we need to understand the reality of a lot of Jamaicans in this country.
Yeah.
It was an eye-opener for me, especially when COVID started.
Yeah.
With the distance learning, nobody was going to school. In 2023, I visited homes I'm not going to call it community. When you go inside of the house, it's dirt inside of the house.
Oh,
I never know that
I've seen
existed.
that.
Never.
I don't mean concrete, you know.
No,
dirt.
Dirt,
inside
red
of the
dirt.
house.
Yeah.
Right? A huge percentage of Jamaicans is their day-to-day reality. They don't have any running water. They don't have any electricity. So when sun go down for them, that's it. Right? I never know that in 2023, people still talking about Friday school. They don't send their kids to school on Fridays. In 2023.
What?
Never hear
Why?
Right?
We never hear
They just, it's a thing. They don't go to Friday school. So they go to school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and they don't go on Friday. What's so special about Friday? It's Friday
Bruh.
school. You know?
So what you do for Friday?
And which leads to another
Oh, we never
conversation.
get that.
I'm really disappointed in a lot of our politicians because they should be in tune to what's going on.
A lot of them aren't.
And they are not. There's a huge disconnect. A few weeks ago, I was on the road and I was listening to a lady cussing out a man. I said, yo, you're all right. You know, you don't even know how much for a pound of salt. I'm starting thinking, you know how much for a pound of salt?
No.
How much for a pound of salt? How much for a pound
I know
of
a
salt?
bag of salt. Free, the blue one, free flow, something there like 200.
So, long story short, none of us inside here knows how much for a pound of salt. And it's a street vendor. So after the conversation, you know, I was engaged and I went to her and I said, why salt as opposed to sugar or flour?
Salt are the pillar of the earth, what you mean?
Salt, you use not everything to cook.
Yeah.
Rice,
Pillar of the
flour,
earth.
season. I can't cook, so. You know,
It
that's
is.
my disclaimer.
Fresh
I can't
food
cook
not
anything.
good.
That's why I don't know how much.
Fresh food not taste good.
But at the same time, salt is the cheapest commodity that you can purchase. So if your reality is that you can't buy a pound of salt, you're in trouble. And a lot of Jamaicans can't do that.
Jaja.
That's a reality for real. That enough of them, the politicians that you mentioned, they're not in tune with.
So we may be in a circle where everybody have a smartphone. Some people have two. Seeing? You have some people who are struggling, who want a banger and can't get a banger.
Banger not cheap like one time. You
See?
can just go in and go get
But
her.
for that Jamaican who has a banger or who doesn't have a cell phone, how is that person going to get to consume your music? I can't follow you up on social media. I can't stream online. So the next thing is what? Radio.
A lot of them people that get forgotten.
Yeah.
A lot of them. Right? You have a coconut man out of Bull Bay at St. Thomas. He relies on his cell phone and I'm always having him earpiece. Because I know the earpiece is the antenna for the cell phone. And that's how we listen to the radio. So it's a primary means of communication. Radio can't die.
Energy for energy, just shine all that. Same amount of love you show me, I hit me a show back. Me no frightened for nobody, wanna try know that. Everything in the past, flash like show back. Give me love and you will get it back. But if you stop show me love, man, I take you back.
My lifestyle change, mark blast off gas pain. Ice them a dripper from a chain. And young Mish me reach out on the lane. Well, penthouse, I'm a gone upstairs. Rolex for my wrist up there.
The passion where we have nobody can comprehend.